Right, let's go. You ready? Ready. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the second game of the day. First series, Complexity versus Newbee. We've just seen game one. It was a little bit too easy for Newbee. It seemed like a very, very strong performance here from the Chinese, and the Complexity they tried something a little bit different from what I'm used to seeing. The first pick, Alchemist, didn't end up working out, Purge. But we're in game two. What have they got to do differently? What are you looking for from Complexity that they need to do to deal with the way that Newbee played in game one?
They've got different strats, I'm sure. It's probably safer to pick something other than Alk strat to make this work, because I think Complexity has enough personal skill and teamwork that they can make this work. It's just, I really think, generally it seems like Chinese teams know really well how to deal with those kind of annoying heroes.
Yes,
like
they know how to deal with
like
the standards.
The greedy mid heroes. Like in SF patches, for example, Chinese teams got really good at dealing with that, because it takes a little bit of teamwork. You just like ward their large camps basically where they are, and then you gank them sometimes there, or gank mid, stuff like that. So I think that Complexity just has to go for something different. You did say they're a Chinese team though. I think they only have 3 Chinese players on them, actually, because
you're right.
Chuan's Malaysian and KP is from Australia. They all speak Chinese, but fun fact, guys.
Oh, yeah.
They're basically American, is what I'm trying to say.
American.
They got one Australian, which will honorary USA. Right?
I mean, the way that some of the NA teams are looking, you know, this could be NA versus NA.
I mean, that's true. Complexity is technically 2 North. Are they
2 Americans, 3 Swedes?
They are Americans, right? Yeah, because they're not Canadians or anything. And then they got 3 Swedes. So.
Nah, Swindle's definitely American.
Basically 2 American teams.
He is how I'd imagine a typical American person to be. Swindle.
Swindle?
Yeah. He is like America.
I mean, he's like, I guess I would say he's more the American stereotype. Like, outgoing, headstrong American guy.
If I turn on TV and I go to America channel, I expect to see someone talking and being like Swindles. You know what
I mean? Like I said, it's a stereotype. It's definitely an extreme version. Like, most of us are less like Swindle. I'm not saying Swindle's a bad thing, but he's definitely very, very
Where is Swindle's from? Do you know where he's from?
I actually don't know. If I was to guess off the top of my head, I would say Midwest, but I have no idea. He kind of reminds, not that PPD is like PPD because he's from Indiana or anything like that, but
no.
I don't know why, but they give me a Midwest. I would say it's semi-northern latitude vibe is what I get from those two. Maybe New York, Midwest, somewhere like that.
Okay.
Upstate New York, New York. Okay. I don't know though. I don't remember where they're from.
All right.
Let me just. I'll stop casting in 1 second. Let me just do some Twitter
research. We'll do some research whilst the draft's going on. Nothing too out of the ordinary here. Complexity switching up, of course, what they did in game one. We're not seeing any Alchemist at the moment. They're taking themselves the Bounty Hunter as the first pick, and they will follow up actually with the Invoker second as well. So maybe also trying to just take that away from Moves. We saw a really bang-on performance from Moo there in game one, and they did pick it relatively earlier. They got it as the 3rd pick in draft of game one.
Yeah.
Opening with Doom and Lion. Of course, once again, 2 heroes that they got through in the first game, and whatever ain't broke, you don't need to fix it.
Yep, pretty much good against everything. I do like that they banned Slaughter this game. I think Complexity used it in a very good way, and it provided.
Lim probably had the best game out of because we saw the point. It was like 2-0-4. He got a really good timing on the arm.
He played amazing. And it definitely was a big problem for Newbee of the issues that they had. And now they can pretty much pick Lone Druid and have Doom, and those 2 heroes are going to be really survivable despite. Even if the game's a little bit bad. I do like how Complexity changed their opening, though. I think the bounty is a good solution. It's a different play style, but it applies something that's going to force Newbee to see if Newbee can deal with the bounty as well as they can deal with Alk. That said, though, a lot of those heroes that seem top tier in some regions, like I said, the Chinese they're really practiced at dealing with it. I don't know if they just like specifically scrim other teams and they're like, okay, guys, we're going to practice like beating Alchemist mid, but they just do it so well. It seems really strong.
And as you said, a lot of bans just pretty much what you expect against each of these sides. Some of the stronger picks certainly being targeted out of the void, and of course Complexity just taking away the Lifestealer from the potential of how picking that one up. And 3rd pick now for the side of for Complexity. We'll see if they're going to follow with anything else that they did pick up in game one. But no, something a little bit different again. A lot of offlane has been banned out already, but they'll still find the opening to find that Darkseer pick here for Swindles. So. We'll see what they're able to combo with. Obviously, already they've got the Invoker. I'll be interested to see if they do go for the Quaswex. Or if it's going to be Quas Exhort here from Jesse.
Yeah, the vacuum from Darkseer makes me wonder if it is going to be Quas Wix,
Yeah,
but a lot of the
combo.
times they do Sunstrike combos with their Invoker, especially because Chessie will go between mid and safe lane usually. But with that said, with Bounty Hunter in the game, they don't have a lot of good lockdown right now, so it would have to be their second support, and their mid, I guess, would have to have a stun lockdown for the Sunstrike
It's
combos
only
to
for
work.
the lockdown it's got to be something that comes out in the next 2 picks for complexity for sure.
Yeah. Very possible. They'll have Iron Shell, Cold Snap right now. That's pretty good. They could do Bounty Hunter dual offlane with Darkseer. I think that's why they picked the Darkseer here, just because it's going to give them some threatening dual lanes, basically. So not only will Bounty be able to pressure mid, but he can also just show up bot lane and possibly get a support kill really easily. So I think that makes this a harder Bounty game than normal. If it was just a Bounty support and they had typical lanes otherwise, then I think Newbee would be able to deal with it. No problem at all. They just set up a sentry mid maybe and kill him once or so when he's roaming with some good play, and then basically Bounty's kind of limited in what he does if they don't win more team fights later. But with the Darkseer in the game, it's going to make things tough. Another thing Bounty can do that's sometimes cool, he can walk to the off lane, get an Iron Shell, then TP to the top lane and do a gank in the next 15 or so seconds with the Iron Shell. That's something that could be really good too, especially because with this pressure in other places, that means Darkseer is more likely to get free levels. So if you can get like a level 3, level 4 Iron Shell, it can be a lot of damage ganking.
An IO.
Okay.
For complexity. 4th pick. I mean, we're still, as we're saying, the lockdown isn't there. I mean, maybe they're kind of a safe lane core. I mean, I was wondering if maybe something still like the Sven could come into play here.
They're basically all in on their carry.
Are these guys ever on CK on complexity?
Not sure. CK is kind of an occasional carry pick for sure. The fact that they banned the Lifestealer, I think, is a bit telling about what they're going to pick. Almost for sure, it's going to be a tanky strength hero. So I think Sven is pretty potentially.
That's definitely something they've run before. Yeah.
And especially because Sven is a carry that can definitely make up for the fact that you don't have any other damage on the team. So
yes, or lockdown. You know what I mean? You just initiate with that and the follow through. You know, Stormhammer, Vacuum, very nice combination there as well.
Yeah. So Newbee kind of should just focus on potentially kiting a melee core that's going to combo with the IO. I think should be their goal. They've got good heroes for it right now. I like Doom Lion. Juggernaut's pretty good against that as well, since they're going to be able to pick off whoever they want and focus and disable whoever they want. So I think they have a good lineup to open this out. Dragonite's a good pick here. I like this. Another stun to add with tankiness, which means that it should buy them enough disables and time to deal with either the Wisp
or the carry. And does against an Invoker in a mid lane?
Not as sure about that. Plus Wex, he'll be EMP'd a lot. Yep. It's pretty good magic damage. They can keep his mana drained, but at the least he should be able to counter push decently well. And if Invoker ever does leave, he can take towers. So if it's Exhort Invoker would probably win that easily. Because he can push better than Dragonite can, and can generally keep the creep wave away from his tower, even if he's not there with Forge Spirits, for example. So I think Invoker is going to be fine in the mid lane, although if the ganks come, then it's a little bit harder. Even then, he might be alright, honestly, because Dragonite doesn't have a massive amount of damage mid. It's just like a little bit of burst. It's like medium damage, I would say. Great stun, medium damage is how I would say Dragonite is mid. So it might take 2 heroes rotating to kill Invoker if he goes Tornado EMP. So they banned Slark. Interesting. Not exactly the best IO combo, but it's not bad. Ooh, this is
5th pick support Kunkka. Hey.
Normally Chuan has played support Kunkka in the past.
He normally plays a line though,
but he plays a line, so
probably Kaka Kunkka.
Yeah, definitely could be. It's mostly drafted here because of the IO counter and the Darkseer counter and I guess the Bounty counter. It's actually really good against all 3 of those heroes. Yeah. All heroes that can get away easily. If you relocate somebody, for example, if you gank somebody that's about to relocate out, you can send him back with X, which guarantees you kills. It's a great time to pick up Kunkka as the situational hero that I think is alright, but normally they don't want to run him. But this is a great game for it. If basically like Disruptor, they can glimpse back the Darkseer if they're chasing him. They can glimpse back the core if he's being relocated out, and they can.
That's really nice.
It's good. That's it's a really cool pick, and it's another stun for their team. Like
they got a lot of control.
They have so much control. They've got really good team fight. I love the drafting by Newbee here. The Lion Doom opening just covers them so well. They can do it support. They can do it off lane. It gives them tons of stun. It gives them team fight, and then they can alternate their last 3 heroes depending on what their opponents are drafting. It's just great drafting from Newbee.
Oh, let's see what we have here from the final pick. They're taking their time with this one. Complexity, maybe that Kunkka's kind of thrown them off guard. I don't know if that was something that they would have been expecting.
I'm not sure either, but the only downside to the Newbee draft is they have 4 melee. But with that said, it doesn't really matter for Kunkka. As long as he lands his Torrent boats, like, who cares? I really like the newbie draft.
Full
though.
melee. Let's go axe carry.
Cool.
Let's go, boys. Safe lane axe.
Is that with the IO? Yeah, just heal a
Safe
little
lane
more.
axe with IO. Let's do it.
Sounds beautiful, man.
Let's just
Except
go just crazy complexity.
he will keep getting stunned. Sven's definitely one of the possible picks, but with the boat it gets harder.
I mean, it's the Sven we've been talking about the whole draft, isn't it? I mean, I guess this is what they were probably looking for all the time, and they just made thinking whether it's still going to work as well as it would. And you say in your eyes, it's still a relatively good pick here.
Still relatively good. I like Newbee's draft better though. It's way more diverse. They don't have to go all in on the Sven working basically. Like maybe if Complexity can do it a lot in the lanes, I think they'll be alright. But they're also very weak on Disable. They've only got Sven stun, Vacuum, Invoker spells. So I just see like Newbee can do more in long drawn out engagements, more stuns. I feel like they can definitely pick off the IO fairly rapidly, and then that's going to lead to Sven being easier. Like if they just doom like Invoker and they're able to somehow kill IO, like the fight is over. Look at the heroes, you know? Like Invoker won't cast spells, kill IO, then it's just what Sven darks your bounty. With that said, I guess Iron Shell Surge on Sven is really good. Even as a
chase,
and it'll basically give them two ways to boost up the Sven, either Darkseer or IO. So I don't know, it'll be interesting.
It will be. I mean, I don't know, man. Newbie's draft it seems so smart.
It does.
They have got the answers for everything to the point where it just really feels as well that with that last pick Sven, Complexity were probably thinking about going for it, but then they're like, well, do we still go for it? I guess we kind of have to now, but I feel like they themselves might not be too kind of, over the moon with the drafting situation.
Well, there's some other advantages that they get out of their lineup. Before Blink Daggers, Newbie's initiation is quite weak, so it'll be waiting on Lion Blink and waiting on Dragonite Blink or Shadow Blade. So pre that, their Newbie's initiation is weak. Complexity will outlane them or outgank them in the first like 15 minutes, I think. So if they can get a lot of pressure before that 15 minutes is up and get some goal advantage, then they could be just fine moving into the mid to late game. But they've got to do well the first 20 minutes, I think. Otherwise, Newbee's just going to crush them in the mid to late game with superior initiation and shutting down Sven easily.
One can see at the moment, Newbee, they're going to be looking to get this bottom bounty rune. Z-Freak coming around and scouting out. In fact, the courier's actually going to be spotted here. Yeah, look.
Oh, is he going to... he would need... It takes 2 hits.
Yeah.
Ooh. He's going to check for it, but it's fortunately gone for them. Z-Freak did some good scouting here, though. He did spot all of Newbee, so he knows that's going to be easy for Complexity top lane, which means also that now Swindles is going to get an ultimate block on the bot lane. These are actually things that are a little bit undervalued in a lot of ways. The fact that blocking is still actually quite good. So just by knowing where the heroes are, they know there's not going to be a fight on the top lane, for example. Now Swindles can fully commit to the block here. He'll be able to catch the range creep, though, either way for Newbee, but scouting was definitely helpful for Z-Freak here. The sentry doesn't catch the obs. Wow, really nice observer ward placement here by Z-Freak, just slightly to the right. And this is actually like 2 steps ahead of the meta, really, because normally the observer ward is placed here, and this ward will catch it. So instead, Newbee will place it more left to counter this one and anything a little bit here, but he's actually like 2 steps over. It's so cool. A little bit warding game there. It's completely paid off for Z-Freak.
Absolutely, and in that sense as well. I mean, with that as on top of the fact that you've got this Invoker versus DK matchup, you feel this should be a pretty good lane here for Chelsea.
It should be fine, yeah. He's got Exort as well, so I think he'll be all right. Especially if the Darkseer pressures the Jug. It is a Jug versus Darkseer, which is all right for them as a whole. But if he gets a lot of Iron Shells down, it will limit the support's ability to rotate, because Jug will be pressured a bit. So it's all right for Newbee. I think they're pretty happy with how these lanes are going to go. I like the Z-Freaks down here grabbing experience full Darkseer's jungling, though. This is really smart. He gets this for free because he can go sit in the trees easily. This is way more experience than a lot of bounties have been getting recently.
Yeah, a lot of the times what we see kind of bounties walking around until the 3-4 minute mark, still on level 1, just trying to find some action, as you said. But it's more kind of static positioning. It's going to pay off. It's of course going to mean that there's less pressure.
Oh, Swindles might die to a neutral. Oh god, he's going to die. Oh god. Okay, he's alive. Oh god, please don't die. I'm gonna feel so bad if you die. Dude, that was
calculated.
That was real close. Those Dark Trolls do way more damage to heroes than they did in the past. He actually could have died there, but he got 2 Stout Shield procs in a row at the end. I guess that's 50%, but that was real dangerous. He would have had to salve maybe.
He needs to be careful. I mean, looking at the offlaner here from Newbee KP at the moment, he's finding a fair bit from this offlane. He's getting the CSEs, but the creeps back behind the tower, so Doom certainly going to have a very, very good start. And see, it's in the mid lane, 12 for 1 on Moo, 11 for 1 on Chessie. So it's looking to be a bit of a wash here at the moment, this mid lane matchup.
Well, I think Complexity is overall winning this because Doom is going to get experience no matter what.
Yep.
Darkseer's behind, surely, especially because he's jungling. He actually doesn't have that much experience, but Z-Freak is getting a lot. He's level 3 now. He's even gone 2 points in Shadow Walk for the extra invis duration since it does cost more to cast invis now. But he might even just hit a fast 6 because of this, because he's basically been in lane this whole time, just sapping experience. So how only has 2 denies actually. He hasn't been denying enough because he just thinks that nobody's here, but Bounty's getting all the experience because of this.
I mean, I'll be honest, I've not really seen in any of the Bounty games, especially in the EU region, it being played like this. You know, it's always kind of constantly around the map during the laning stage. I've never seen it just sit in lane like this and just focus on getting the XP, but this isn't necessarily a bad thing. This can work out.
Because there's kind of like the trend in the way bounties have gone is you do all this roam, it's very good because of pressures, but then teams are good against playing against it now, so now they look at the sentries mid. 2 sentry wards, that's 200 economic gold from the bounty hunter, and he didn't have to be there. He might die bottom though. He's gonna go invis eventually, and there's the dust. He's gonna die from this. Oh, he actually could have lived if he ran. I think he would have lived if he just kept running right. He tries to kill the Kunkka instead, he goes down. He definitely should have ran to the right though. The spin was almost off.
Yeah,
So basically, like, now they're doing all this reaction to bounty stuff. Down 4 sentries in the early game, one of which did grab an observer ward, but the other 3 are wasted. And in the meantime, Bounty is now level 4. Like, it's 4 minutes in. Like, think if he hit 6 at 6 minutes. When's the last time you saw Bounty hit 6 at 6 minutes?
Yeah, it's very, 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 very fast leveling, that's for sure. I guess it's just the thing, once he does hit that 6, he's got to try and make stuff happen.
Gank coming mid. Bounty might be able to scout this out, though. Okay, he does spot him. This was huge. I think he saw both heroes, too.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
massive. That's going to keep Chesty alive no matter what. He shouldn't die to this now. And now Z-Free can also shift back to his lane and continue getting experience. Like, Swindles is still behind in terms of net worth. He's not doing bad, though. He's got 24 last hits. He's about where Doom is. This experience on Bounty is just honestly making a huge difference. I would like to see him get a fast 6. He's doing a lot of scouting right now. He gets a ward down as well, and now he's going to go back to the bot lane. So he's actually accomplished a lot this game. He did die that one time, but he's playing his role very, very well this game. Like, some roamers do need to adjust into this greedy style of getting experience sometimes, because it's more reliable than just trying to gank successfully. And because his offlaner just wasn't there, they've gotten way more value than normal out of their lanes, just from an experience standpoint.
See top lane, look, KP and Kuka trying to go in, and they'll lead him with the Torrent here, getting it off, closing the gap. Limp holds 2 of them back with the Stormhammer, but how he's coming in as well with the rotations, and yeah, with the Blade Fury Limp, he's going to be gonzo. Nice spam there from the old purple balls to finish that one off. And it's the second one on the board for Newbee. And again, just how with these rotations, 5 minutes in, always in the right place at the right time.
What a sick rotation. There was no way they killed the Sven otherwise. It was only 1 bottle charge coming out of IO, but the spin does more damage than any other skill does right now, because it does 130 times 5. That's like 700 magic damage or something crazy like that. 650.
They're going to go for more. Look at this. Straight off the back, ready to go and try and use the second spin to find
Are they going to go top
somewhere
again?
else.
They might go top again.
Or do they go look for Swindles in the jungle? Just
I mean,
back.
they could hypothetically kill him twice here top. But IO does have a refilled bottle due to this TP, so they definitely want to go Chessie. It's clear based on their movements. Oh, they got the stun.
Yeah, and this, with the Torrent to follow through, it's going to be more than enough. The question is, Chessie, can he get himself out with the help of Hansken?
Oh, it's going to be close. No! He's alive. Oh, he's going to get sent back. They keep the tether. Nicely done. Okay.
They can't finish that.
Huge plays from Hansken there. He was 100% dead without that, and now finally the rotation from Mahao is not worth it. Especially because he didn't get 6 out of that previous gank, so that means that no Omni Slash there, which would have guaranteed the kill.
Yeah, it's just really nice play from the eye. Absolutely perfect placement there from Hansken being in the right place at the right time. And talking about levels, so Z-Freak, yeah, this next wave, he will be getting that level 6, and then we'll see how much he can do indeed around the map. And as you said, this is probably one of the fastest level 6s we've seen, especially for a bounty that's just not been involved in action.
Yeah.
And has just been focusing on sitting in the lane.
He's also got 10 last hits now. Yeah. I'm completely fine with him not going to lanes. He's not going to be able to do anything about like a Lion and a Kunkka roaming right now, at least not for a bit. But now that he's 6, if every kill that happens from now on, if they get a track in it, it's going to accelerate what bounty does so much. But they have to get the kills. Got Boots picked up another observer ward. He'll shift out of his lane, and he's going to go get another ward down, probably in the mid area. Right now, really good ward vision for Newbee. They put wards down while they gank, so very tough for Chessie to stay alive here in a lot of cases. There's the ward. It's going to spot the supports, I think. Yep, spots Kunkka. I love how he's moving between experience gain and occasionally putting wards down. It's like not the full greed, but it's enough that it makes it hard for him to get ganked by their opponents, and it gets ward vision down perfectly. Darkseer's shifting down. I think they're going to try to kill the Lion as soon as he spots him. Yeah, they'll shift Swindle over here, most likely.
Well, if we just get a few punches in onto Tron, it's going to be fine.
Trant or Chuan?
Tron.
Oh, okay. You just say it really fast. It
Chuan.
sounded weird.
Chuan.
I was like, Chuant? Chuant?
And it looks like they can't do too much. Moo was kind of contemplating coming down as well. He had his eyes down there. Did come into the jungle just to see if they were going to be able to turn it around and find anything in return. But the rest of Newbee, Kaka, and KP up around this top rune. Haste rune onto Moo. We'll see if they can try and lead something in onto Chess. He looks like they may want to try and have a go on the Invoker again, but it's a hard one to go for.
Especially where he's standing. He's doing this on purpose. He knows where the ganks are likely going to come from. He knows this is probably not from the southeast. He's got a ward that kind of covers that. Actually, he has two great wards that spot that. One in the Radiant Jungle and the other one on their side of the map. So he knows they'll probably come from the northwest, which means he just has to sit very southeast, and then he can juke into trees. So just smart positioning by him. They might rotate and go top instead. Thinking about X in this Ven, but they don't go for it. And how's the bounty doing? Is he 6 yet? He's not. Next bit of experience, he's got it though.
He's trying to actually fight here.
Oh, they're
relocating in Limp, and Limp's going to get stunned straight away from the Dragon Knight. He'll still find the follow front. KP does get doomed up, but they'll find the kill. So Limp should be fine. I mean, move with this haste rune, actually trying to finish off Hanskin. Hanskin going to TP back in a second, and he's... Oh! That fire! Just in time, the last second, killing off the IO. Limp will survive through the doom, but...
Oh, they've got a Chuan kill now.
Yeah.
Slow track.
Sunstrike, bang on. Perfect play there from Complexity. Finding themselves 2 kills onto the board. Lose an IO for it, but yeah, these are the kills that are going to start to count with the track coming online. Was it actually online there for that fight?
The second one, not the first.
Yeah, it did, yeah. So you got one of them at least
with
the track goal. But yeah, this is, I mean, it's certainly panning out to be a much better kind of opening for Complexity here in Game 2 as compared to Game 1.
Like, Swindle's done a great job in the jungle. Oh, they're going to go on top.
Yeah, look at the damage that Limp's doing at this point here. With the God Strength, it's more than enough, and that's going to be equalizing it to 3-3. Limp now looking very good as well in terms of the farm. Like 70 for 7. He's totally eclipsing the farm on Howe's Juggernaut. And yeah, this is a very good start for Complexity.
It was that jug rotation basically. The first kill was great, but the second one was a little bit weaker. So didn't quite get them the second kill, and then he wasn't last hitting that whole time. So that's why people don't rotate as much. It's a little scary, and now because Complexity's been able to get these kills, Newbee's got to be a little scared right now, especially because the track's in the game. Bounty doesn't yet have Arcane Boots, so he's a bit limited in terms of mana, but bringing himself out, all the things he needs basically. Clarity Potion, Windlace to run faster, and still help him set up those kills. I would like to see a jug kill. It's just very tough for Complexity to do it. Maybe Iron Shell. Yeah, I like that they're finally putting the bounty together with the Darkseer. They need to do some support kills with track here. They might feed kills due to Omni Slash, but if they get a support kill, I think it's worth it. Perhaps. Especially delaying Lion. Slowing down his Blink Dagger will help a lot. He got a 60-minute Blink Dagger last game. This game is going to be harder.
He had a great start indeed in Game 1, Chuan, but...
Alright, there it is. Iron Shell and the Bounty Hunter. He can probably solo kill. They're going to surge him over. Go look for heroes. He does find the Lion.
This should be... I'll see, how relatively easy he goes for it. Actually, a little bit scared. I guess, just want to try and
should rotate.
Get the damage onto the creeps first.
Okay, so he's going to focus on his lane instead. It's hard for him to get a solo kill here, because he can just get Earth Spiked and then he's gone.
If he can start to whittle away at Chuan, and then go in with the burst, he'll get the track out, just need to find the Shuriken, and it should do it. Oh, the Hex actually holding him back.
Yeah, he's dead.
He can bounce the Shuriken. No, he didn't even get the chance. Oh, how? Perfect play there. Indeed, and Chuan, he walks it off. He swags it away.
Really nicely played. The dust made all the difference there because it guaranteed that the Omni Slash would kill. Really nicely done by Newbee there. That's what I'm saying. Like, these guys know how to deal with bounty. They're very good against it. But honestly, I kind of feel like Swindle should have rotated over, you know? Like, they would have seen it coming, I guess, they had an Observer Ward in the area, but like, he's got a Buckler as well, so it's not like Omni is going to kill him from the Jug. I just think he should have swapped over and, like, at least surged the bounty. That way the Hex wouldn't disable him slow-wise. Like, he could have just chased him down with Iron Shell and guaranteed that kill. They were just a little greedy about it with the Sunstrike, but Chuan moved to a different way, so...
And this was nice as well. You see the smoke as well. Just before this, Chuan, he actually had just hit level 6. He was carrying a tome. He gives it to Kaka to make sure that the Kunka's got level 6 as well for this rotation, so... Nice little play here from Newbee. We'll see if they're able to find anything off the back of it. They'll spot out the stack straight away. They're going to block that one.
Slightly late, but it'll be alright. And in the meantime, they're also smoking Chessie and Z-Freak to the safe lane. The very standard gank. Normally, Newbee would be ganking mid at this point. So if they can get the how kill, would be great. He doesn't have Omni,
this could really catch out of Newbee, indeed, as you said, because Newbee, they've got their eyes all towards mid, but it's Complexity now revealing themselves towards the bottom, and here we go. So I'm striking up, just checking to see if there's any backup. How he's going to begin to blade through. The wall's been dropped, but how here comes the boat, crashes through. Chessie taken down, Limp's been relocated in. Can they try and find anything return? The tracks are out, looking to chase down Moo, but Moo backing off, holding them in, and now back in. Tron with the wraparound, and KP there joining the fight as well. They found themselves a second. Limp, he's almost certainly going to go down as well. Gets the top out. He gets one. He gets two. Limp stays alive here. Pops the war cry now on the back out. And Torrent isn't going to connect, but they may still get Limp here.
Close. He's got X. All right, he's probably going to die. He's got a magic wand.
Limp. Oh, that Storm
he's going to live.
That Storm Hammer, though. Holding him back.
Ooh, that almost went so bad for Complexity. They might get Chuan as well. This would be a track kill. Oh, he's got to search him.
I don't think he's going to
get him. He's going to live.
He is.
He's actually going to live. They don't have any good ranged. Oh, the Sunstrike.
Oh, hello.
Oh, he got him. Oh, that's so big. Oh, huge plays there.
Oh, let's look at the fight recap on that one. So yeah, it goes the way of Complexity because those, I mean, track kills. You know what I mean? It's kind of back and forth 5. I think it was actually essentially an even kills in terms of the swaps around. But the gold is there. They've got a bounty hunter. You can't afford to take even trades against that.
Yeah, it looks so bad for Complexity, but man, that the Sven got the double stun off and killed those 2 heroes. That changed the whole game. If they just all died for nothing there, they would have been so behind. But now they're
really nice.
Even if not winning. So great little gank there. Sven's got the Echo Saber now, so he's even scarier in fights. And all they got to do is keeping the Wisp alive. Maybe a little bit longer this time, but they're going to spot out KP.
I don't know if they want to. Do they want to stick around in Complexity?
Oh, this is dangerous. Oh, yeah. I guess they don't have Doom. They spotted Doom though. It's kind of tough. Very likely that Newbee. They're clearly defending their jungle right now. They're trying to stop whatever. Oh, they're going to catch Darkseer.
Let's see if he can get himself out. Swindles will have the chance to surge, but again, this X mark, it's just so good against heroes like the Darkseer.
He could have just
It really, really is. It doesn't even need it. Saves it, just goes in with the Blade Fury swag. I mean, yeah, this Kunkka pick is pretty damn brilliant.
Yeah, it really is cool. Definitely not something Complexity expected, I would guess.
No.
They were maybe thinking Disruptor, but Kunkka is far better in this case. Oh, Z-Freak might die. Sentry in the mid lane. They'll need a TP support. I don't think they will see. Oh, okay, never mind. He actually just died. All right. That was a lot of damage from Moo. Tread. Oh, he's got an armlet. That's why.
I mean, it's gonna be interesting. What'd you go for the build on DK nowadays? The armlet into what? Are we still gonna see like a Maelstrom come out or BKB early on against the Invoker?
It really depends on the team. I like the armlet build better here.
Oh, they found Chessie as well. This is a big pick for Newbee. They've got the Doom. They will drop it, but they relocate out.
Save there. They might not even lose the Whisper, honestly. I would like to see Invoker. Oh, he can't TP mid. He's gonna have to relocate. They're gonna fight this. He's still doomed though.
Bring Chessie back. He's only for a second here, but the question is, can they try and capitalize on this? Handskin's been caught out. Chessie goes walk out to the side.
Limp's in trouble now.
Limp. Oh, the Stormhammer onto 2 now, coming in with the Sunstrike as well. Onto KP, but it's split between the 2 of them. It's not quite enough, and Limp getting chopped down by How on the back lines, and How he's still got an Omni Slash, so they can chase down anymore, but you can see the intentions were there for Complexity to come back into that one, but Swindles, he's been X-marked. How he has got an Omni as well. If he wants to use it, he will. No messing around here. Swindles getting the jump across. How may even be able to find more with the Blade Fury, trying to leap through. Complexity now holding back. There's a buyback from Limp off this, but this fight definitely one for Newbee.
The 1-by-1, man, and the buyback is the one that Sven. He lost 840 gold in that engagement. That was a huge swing. That was like 3,300 gold. Massive for 16 minutes in. I mean, they can catch it up with the bounty track, but they're just kind of dying 1-by-1 there. They probably should have just let the Wisp die there. I guess they didn't want to do that because it could have allowed Roche or a tower for Newbee, but they lost so many heroes. The Doom lasted so long. It lasts longer than Relocate, for God's sake. So if Invoker had spells when he came back, it might have worked, because he could have potentially... I guess he doesn't have a Tornado, but it just didn't go well, man. Just way too much focus. Sven didn't have the Wisp to supercharge him there. I don't think he had God Strength up when he actually did finally go in. So, plus there's the boat buff. It's just limiting the damage taken by half until 10 seconds later. The Rum alone is making things so difficult because Complexity does need to get those kills right off the start. Hard game for him.
It's going to get scarier now as well. How's got that Diffusal Blade done, so even if there's going to be the point where Hanskin looks to get a Ghost Scepter, this Jug is still going to absolutely slice through some of these backliners on the side of Complexity. How is coming fairly far out here, and we'll see a bit of a wrap around for Z-Freak. He'll get the vision. We'll see if Complexity have a chance to lead into this one, but now How? He's playing it safe. He's playing it smart. And,
Oh, there's a blink on Sven.
backs off.
It can work. I think they might kill him here. Here comes.
Ooh, Lim jumping in indeed, as you said, straight up with the Stormhammer, the Gold Strike, but the Deafening Blast, it's going to come through, but how? Blade Fury's
Oh,
still get it with a cleave. Lim picks up one now, looking forward for a second one.
He's got the slow, just hit him.
He's got Stormhammer again in a second, but the Doom coming out, making sure the stun doesn't through, as you said. Lim tries to man fight through this one. Looks like they won't actually be able to do it. Swindles there.
Nice
vacuum. The wall onto 2. They still need to get the chase down. Limp's still doomed up, but he's moving in. The heal from Hanskin is enough. The Torrent onto 2 of them here. Let's see if there's any follow-up. The mech and Swindles will be enough. Let's try and chase down. Eyes onto KP here. They'll jump for Limp. He's going to find himself another. 3 heroes down, and Complexity.
What a fight.
Absolutely playing that really, really nicely, and Hao just did not expect the jump on him there at the top.
Yeah, the Blink Dagger purchase here was really well done here by Limp. It's fairly fast too. With his fast farm, it guarantees the carry kill. They get a couple more. On the bright side for Newbee at least, they did purge off the track on Doom before he died, so they didn't get the extra gold there. But huge fight for Complexity there.
And we have it now onto a tier 2 as well. Complexity. They certainly suffered here in game 1, but game 2 is looking a lot better. Newbie might want to fight.
Ooh, there's the blink back. They're going to have to fight now. The boat's coming now.
Limp. Oh, he actually has to get himself out of the side.
Oh,
and
great
the relocate.
relocate.
Yeah, back in, so Limp can still stick around and jump back in for the fight. He's going to have God Strength in 6 seconds. So wanting to wait for the God Strength here on Limp. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Maybe ready to go. He's been hexed up here. He's not going to have the chance to get it off the torrent control as well. Limp's down. Perfect play here from Newbee as they find themselves a second. They're still chasing Chessie. Looking for the TP out. They've got anything to hold him back here. Doesn't look like they have. But now they're in a good position to start to steamroll down the mid lane. 2 heroes down, and again, at a situation where you could see that Limp, he wanted to hang around, he wanted to go back in, but
Yeah,
the hex, the control was there.
It was poor execution, actually. They were trying to do a vacuum into Stormhammer, which could have won them the whole fight and possibly given them a tower or a Rax, but they didn't execute it correctly. The spin from the Jug came fast enough, so he misclicked it. He probably should have clicked on somebody else, so at least it stunned the one, but they only got like Doom and Jug in there, and then they immediately spread out. So if they would have executed that perfectly, it would have been fine, but now they're on the back foot again.
Here we have it as well. See if they how much they can get off the back of that fight. Newbie, they'll get the tier 2 at least by the looks of it. I mean, Complexity can't really do too much until Limp is back in the game on his Sven. We'll have a look at the net worth graph. It's been up and down, only 2.5k favoring Complexity at the moment, so still very, very close game here.
And it all comes down to execution. If they doom the right target before they go in, if Complexity does a vacuum wall into Earth Stun or a Stormhammer, then God, that's going to do everything. There's the scan. They know exactly where their opponents are. They're grouping up to fight this. From every angle. Swindle from the back.
Jumps in with the Stormhammer onto KP. Focuses it down with the concentrate. But again, the control there. Look at the bow coming in. It's going to hit onto 3. They've already doomed out Limp and now Moo. Trying to man fight against this Sven. But Sven with the Echo Saber chopping a bit harder, a bit faster. They've already lost KP on the Doom. They're looking to lose Moo as well. And they will. Second hero down on the side of Newbee. The rest of them will get out there. And again, just fighting around that point, it seemed to favor Complexity coming from the side.
Oh, Swindles had such good positioning in that fight. He came from the bottom river, and they were all grouped up on the rest of the heroes by the Ancients, and boom, the 5-man vacuum wall from him completely offsets the boat stun from being good, and that just guaranteed them a bunch of kills. Really nicely done from Swindles to prep for that and to move around.
And off the back of that Complexity, they'll just take Roche out. Easy Roche here for the side. I mean, you can see Kaka trying to just try and slow it down here with the Torrent, but there's no follow through in Complexity. They'll get themselves Roche, get themselves Aegis onto the Invoker. Tron now does have that Blink Dagger done on the line, as we've seen in a few of these getting some big hexes off. But
yeah, a little bit later this time. Less
what,
of a good early
16 minutes,
game.
did you say in game
Yeah,
one?
he had 16 minutes. It's now 21, so quite a bit later, and definitely a harder game though. It's important that he has it, but they're gonna try to kill Limp on the bot lane. Wisp is not here actually.
Oh, that Blink, no.
Okay, they just went for the guest shot. They didn't X him first. If they X first, then the Wisp can possibly relocate. If they initiate instantly, then they can just burst him possibly before the relocate comes through.
And we can see Limp as well working towards that BKB. He has he was just one component away from it. How was he? So I saw BKB being built as well. Okay, no, it's the Moo. Indeed, on the Dragon Knight has the BKB ready for the next fight. So
all right. Definitely good choice there. We'll stop a lot of the stuns. Doesn't have to worry about vacuum and deafening blast, things like that. But Dragon Knights are really farmed here. I think Complexity can win this fight though. There's a Lotus Orb picked up next on Darkseer. Not going to see a Blink Dagger, but this will help some of his mana problems. And not to mention they can reflect a lot of good spells. Doom, Omni Slash, really, everything from Lion. They could reflect like X marks a spot on Kunkka.
Yeah, I mean just removing as well the the hex as well.
Oh, yeah.
That's the kind of
Great
the
point.
biggest issue here for Limp. You know, they've got to make sure that that Sven can front line. Once the Sven's taken out of the fight, that you lose so much the damage potential. Limp jumps in, Stormhammer set up onto Moo, looking not to follow it for the time being. Still a little bit hesitant about jumping in here. I'll find an Earth Spike, but
A little surprised they didn't fully commit to that one, but maybe they misexecuted something. I'm not sure. He didn't even use ult though, so they definitely didn't want to all in on that. But confirm mistakes. Couldn't find one though. They do lose the tier 1, but they at least force their opponents to spend a lot of heroes on it, and in the meantime they can still farm ancients. And I think this is less bad for complexity than normal, just because they do just have a 1 core lineup. So if they can force this like 5v5 thing where they stagnate a little bit, it's overall better for complexity. Because all they have to do is Midas the Invoker occasionally. He can always Forge Spirit off, and Newbee, if both teams passively farm the whole map, Newbee would get way more out of it. So if they just do this like semi-stagnant style, defend all towers, possibly take good fights, then complexity should move ahead. Oh, and Bounty's going for Lotus Orb as well, instantly. He's got Arcane Boots, Perseverance. It looks like the shittiest build ever, but all he has to do now is get Plate Mail, and he's got it finished.
let's try to contact Hal there and a touch from Jesse, just popping it down. But yeah, as you said, these are the kind of the way they're adapting with the builds. It could be what they need to take down Newbee. This is a team now that I believe is on a 23-game win streak, considering the last one as well that we just saw against Complexity. So they're looking in a pretty good position at the moment, the North Americans. And, well, Newbee looking to cut them off, though, here with the smoke, leading in if they can. Find that jump onto Limp here. Here we go with the blink forward and the
there's the Lotus.
They're going to have some kind of backup. How coming out with the Omni Slash onto Chessie, but the mech comes through. Limp and Hanskin, they're going to look fine. Chuan pops the finger, but at the same time, they've actually lost Windows on the sideline. In comes the boat. It's going to land straight onto the Invoker. How? One more touch brings him down. Aegis will be popped and Limp controlled here. He's taken down as well. It's a double kill for Hal. Chessie trying to get himself out to the side. At the same time, Z-Freak will manage to escape to the left. But nonetheless, a 2-for-1 there, and Hal getting himself a double kill and killing arguably 2 of the highest priority kills at the moment on the side of Complexity. Hanskin's going to get caught out as well, caught back in here. A triple kill for your Juggernaut. And just when things were starting to look pretty good for Complexity in this matchup, Newbee hit them down pretty hard there. And Jug now on top of the Diffusal Blade. He's going to have the completed Battle Fury done as well.
Yeah, it looked all right for Complexity, but the Omni Slash basically just focused on the 2 supports from the side, or it was Invoker and Darkseer. Focused on them, the Doom came off on Darkseer before he could vacuum wall mech, any of that stuff. So just a bad position for them to be in. Sven was fine, but then Newbee wasn't grouped up, and they had both the boat rum on them, so he couldn't kill the Dragonite or the other heroes. Like in a 1v1 fight, Sven actually doesn't even deal with the DK well, because DK has so much armor. He needs to be able to cleave on the supports or multiple heroes at the same time, or he's not getting enough value. And we just didn't see the value there. He still doesn't have BKB. He's been very close for a while here.
Yeah, but maybe if we can just try and get that BKB before the next fight, we could see him try and turn it. But yeah, off the back of that, the fact that Hal gets a triple kill, and he really is going to just elevate and farm levels as well with this Battle Fury. It's going to look very, very scary for Complexity unless they can try and find a good jump.
What a weird build to go all these early game items and now to pick up a Battle
Fury. Yeah, it's a later pickup, but
I think it's okay though,
yeah,
because
it works out here. Like, does he need the Battle Fury this game? Is there any reason why he doesn't avoid it?
I would kind of call it a guarantee that they win the game in some ways, because now if the game goes for 40 minutes, he's going to be easily 6 slotted, whereas before it would be slightly slow. Like, he can actually farm almost pretty much as fast as what Sven can do now, with the exception that Wisp can relocate and amplify his attack speed and stuff. But he cleared this Ancient so easily. It just cost him a healing ward. So with the Battle Fury, he will accelerate very fast.
And what's the build after this? You go Phase, Diffusal Drum, Battle Fury. What does he need next?
He could get Butterfly, he could get Scotty, he could get probably one of those 2 items most likely. Hypothetically, he could get Abyssal as well, if he really wants to. But I think I would probably Scotty here. Maybe Manta style is another option. He could probably Manta or Scotty or Butterfly, but probably Manta or Scotty right now. 100%. Maybe a BKB if he's. I could see them going for BKB. But it's a little slightly counterintuitive. It's like you get an acceleration item, or blink. That's the one thing I didn't think of. For utility, makes a lot of sense.
And blink out as well for Chessie and Invoker. That is now going to be Limp's BKB done. You can see as well, Complexity down here. They did scan behind the towers. They know the Newbee's about. And we'll see how much they want to commit to this push here with the Alacrity on the Forge, but they should be able to find the tower, so KP can get himself to deny.
Yep, standard pushing on the tower. You just do it really safely with Forge Spirits, so you don't chance your heroes dying.
They're coming in with a smoke. They want to try and catch them in that, and they managed to get the Doom onto Swindles, but the Ice Wall holding them back. I don't know if Newbee can still continue to chase. They're trying Chuan. He's got the blink, jumps in. We'll get that Hex lead into Swindles. Fingers through as well. Jesse's there with a backup Tornado coming through, trying to hold Newbee back, but the Omni Slash bouncing out, actually bounces across onto Swindles. They'll bring Jesse back in with the track. They've found Swindles. They're going to take Jesse as well. Now Limp turns
the damage.
The Storm Eye, find one. Now he's going to try and cut through the rest of them. He's looking on to Moo. Now onto Kaka, but already with this rum, you can see the damage reduction doing so much work here. He can't finish on the Gunga. The relocate out will be there. There's a 2-for-1. He only managed to find that Lion kill. Now Newbee off the back of that, they'll look ready to push down very, very hard. There's 40 seconds, 30 seconds off the map for two of the cores of complexity. And again, just that Kunka's run, it just stops the Sven in his tracks.
And the other thing that synergizes really well with it is the healing ward from Jug. So even if you know you took way too much damage, it's kind of like Oracle ulti. It's like, okay guys, time to heal because we're about to take a lot of damage. It's such a nasty combo. It just makes it very hard with these tanky heroes for complexity to fight into it. Newbee just has all these cool drafts. Like maybe they were still going to pick Kunkka even if these highly mobile heroes from complexity weren't here, but I guarantee this is their Wisp combo or their Wisp strat.
How's deep? It really is.
Okay, nice vacuum deny.
Nothing to go for this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, literally nothing in the whole lineup. I mean, you're doing that every time.
Yep. Unless they get a basher.
Yes.
Vlad's on the way for IO.
Yeah.
Be nice to have all of that regen, lifesteal, damage, armor stuff. So obviously, Ghost Scepter doesn't work here, so he's just going to buy whatever ore items he can. It might go on top, though.
Yeah, they certainly are. Setting up onto Limp. Here's the follow from Hal. The Hex as well. There will be the save from Aya. Hanskin gets him out. But it will surely, cost Hanskin his life. 5 heroes up here. No chance the Aya and trying to start it here with the Torrent.
Okay.
A little bit off timing. There we go. Here he comes back in and very quickly getting sent back out to the base. Down for 50 seconds, they'll find the kill, and still a tier 1 and a tier 2 for the taking here on the top lane, so more money into the banks of Newbee if they can get this push on successfully, and well, without the IO, it's very unlikely that Limp's going to look to try and fight into them, and as we can see, he's just in the jungle.
Might get caught here.
Onto the high ground push here.
Oh, Jesse's so screwed. Oh, okay, never mind.
And they lose the courier. See if they have to pay for it with any kind of their lives.
He will get doomed here.
And the question is, this is a big kill as well if he takes Doom down. 3-1 there for Limp.
That was so easy, man. Doom is actually not survivable. The game is so weird. Like, it's hard to understand how strong complexity really is, because half the time they're attacking heroes, they're taking 50% less damage.
This rum just makes it look like, wow, this Sven's tickling them. But without that rum,
Doom died.
Free shots.
He looked like he had no armor items, and he doesn't really. He just has Blade Mail. He died so fast there. It does cost them ult on Sven, but they got 361 gold on that. I think that one's going to be completely worth it.
And then they just make sure there's no follow up onto the Invoker. Okay.
And they use Doom.
Yes.
So they're on cooldown for 90 seconds. This may mean complexity just takes Roche.
Roche stands up as well. Yeah, but I mean Newbee, they could probably they can still have a chance of fighting. Vacuum wall onto 2. Limp coming in as well, focusing in on the Dragon Knight, but Moo got the BKB off. Now he's just fighting back against Limp. The boat comes through. Hanskin caught out on the sidelines. 8 seconds before the re-relocate back out, but no, with the Omni Slash, Hanskin gets blown up. They found the IO kill.
Double stun.
Tron with the control on the sidelines. Limp coming back in, but the damage is just not enough here from Limp. Without that God Strength, the Torrent will hold him back. Z-Freak still chasing down Hal on the sidelines. Chessie will manage to finish off the Kunkka. It's still going as well.
Maybe striking this.
Limp, can he get it out? No. The stun control.
Oh, the
Moo,
armlet.
look at this armlet toggle here from the DK. It's disgusting. Double kill for Moo. Now Swindles getting himself back now. Try for the TP, but the Infernal Blade was there. He'll try and run. He's actually blocked out by the Forge Spirit, so has to go the other way around into Moo. Triple kill for the DK. Now Chessie, the last man standing. Tried his best that fight. We did see him pick up a few kills in return, but Moo on his DK at this point. It was ridiculous how well he was able to play here with the armlet.
Yeah, I think it was a slight misplay maybe by Z-Freak to not try to go for an Invis Shuriken, because he's going to see that coming and he's going to armlet toggle it, right? But they did scan. They know that they're not going into Roche, so they should be able to still get it when they respawn. Doom should be off cooldown then. The fight went almost so well for complexity, but they just didn't quite get a couple kills.
Yeah,
they're having a lot of trouble killing Dragon Knight and Jug. Those are the heroes that are very difficult. They've got really high armor. Can't quite cut through it until they get AC finished here on Sven. And I think he needs AC over Moonshard 100%. They need that minus armor because these guys are way too hard to kill.
Yeah, they really, really are. I mean, it was kind of, that fight was the battle of Moo and the battle of Chessie Invoker. You know, Chessie was able to find at least a couple in return, and he's having a great game. He's 5-2-7 at the moment on his Invoker. I mean, he's arguably one of Chessie's most comfortable heroes.
Yep.
But the question is it going to be enough against Newbee's draft? And in that last fight, the fight just went so much better for the side of Newbee and Moo himself. 9-2-10. We can see on the net worth, he's up there, 15.5k. Still, the Sven, Limp is very, very close behind. But each and every time, as you're saying, they need something else that's going to amplify this damage. AC would be fine. Or just finding the jump, or maybe even just killing Karka, making sure he can't get that boat out.
Yeah, that could help. Limp also could be grabbing Alacrities from Invoker. That's one big thing that could change. Or finishing a Daedalus.
Yeah.
So, for example, he could make Moonshard right now and then build Daedalus afterwards, eat the Moonshard. That would be okay. That would definitely be higher damage than what AC provides. But I really do like the idea of having Vlad's and AC against all this right-click damage from Newbee. I think it would be pretty good. Newbee grouped up, ready to fight. They've got their scan ready, whereas Complexity does not. They smoked right in that. No, they didn't.
They were up the hill, but still the pings are there.
They put the ward down, so now Newbee knows for sure that they're in that area. They couldn't cross the river; it would be way too dangerous.
So you see indicated here by Swindles. He wants to try and go for a wrap around here through their jungle, but yeah, Newbee are miles away.
You don't want to fight people going up to high ground when they're standing there. You want to fight even ground if possible.
And this is nice as well. They realize they're not going to get kills, so the creep wave's pushing in top. Complexity, they can at least get a tier 2 and maybe even just try and pressure the lane down and force Newbee to back and react to them.
Yeah, this is a good choice. Newbee didn't really feel comfortable going into Roche, so instead Complexity goes somewhere where they can take a tower or kill somebody if they TP back to split push. And now they get to make the decision. Look, they just made Newbee react. They got a free tier 2 tower for nothing, basically. And had opportunities to get kills on Newbee, and Newbee's now rotated back without accomplishing anything there because they were scared as well. That was well played by Complexity. Huge advantage getting from that. And they've lost all their outer towers. Complexity still has one, and they're still a little bit closer to Roshan. So overall, very, very good for Complexity just now.
And the thing is, as well, as this game goes later and later, I mean, do you
Curry Snipe?
Oh, they got it?
I'm not sure what was on it.
1,400 worth on it there. Am I correct? I didn't know the Curry Hook is working at the moment, so it's on this one.
Yeah, mine are not working.
God damn it.
Darn it. Almost getting a solo kill. He's going to go Butterfly next. That'll provide another pretty big Sven problem. He doesn't have the space for an MKB, that's for sure.
Oh, there we go, into Roche.
They're running into Roche. I don't know if they knew this was happening. They might have killed the Observer earlier. This is a good
They're
pick
rather
for Newbee,
split up as well. I don't think Complexity have a chance of
they know.
Unless Hanskin wants to relocate Limp in.
They know. They're moving in. They'll get there in time, I think. No, they're not moving. Swindles is actually not going to commit to it. It's actually a little slow at Roche. This is definitely a little slow. But I've watched a lot of Star games in the last 2 weeks. That's probably why. A lot of minus armor drafts. Oh, they even ultied on Dragon. Kind of going, but
that definitely blast push tower fire. Okay.
Oh, they're Raxing. Oh, TP got cancelled here. Limp is basically by himself. He gets doomed.
Just going to start and hit away at the Doom. No, goes back to the racks. They're going to do it. They are going to get the melee racks at least here, Complexity. They have lost Windows meanwhile back here at the team fight, but Chessie, he's going to get taken down as well. They've got the detection. They'll bring him back. They will find the Invoker, so they are punishing them there. Now we can see Newbee trying to move in for more. Limp and Hanskin on the high ground. Hanskin's going to be relocating back out, and Z-Freak and Limp get themselves out to the sidelines. At the same time, yeah, Hanskin, he's going to be met by KP and Chuan on the relocate back out. So they do lose 3, but they get a melee racks. They got an objective.
That would be a good play if you're losing.
But you feel they're
losing, but they're not losing enough.
They didn't need to go for plays like that yet.
It sort of was a great idea, but they needed to get a good vacuum wall off. If Darkseer was able to vacuum people on the cliff with a vacuum wall, then they could have done so much there. But it went well at the start. They saw the opportunities, but the engagement with the 3 heroes didn't quite go well enough. That he died that early on Swindle without getting vacuum wall off basically made it a bad trade.
Yeah, I mean Limp did get the money there. Limp got a lot of money out of that. I mean, but getting that push off, he got the AC done, and now he's got 1,600 on it ahead of it as well. So
all right, well it's okay. I think I would like to see him not go. I think at this point you sell Helm of the Dominator and you get a Daedalus. He needs as much damage as he can get because he needs to be able to kill people either through roam or kill them before it sets in. That's the important thing. And I think it does have to be that over MKB. I like the amount of damage you can do with cleave crits is ridiculous. That's got to be what they build this game. Something like that. He can always sell Echo Saber as well, but for now Echo Saber is quite good for the front loaded damage. So they just have to play safely now. Wait until the Aegis is gone. Try to delay the high ground that Newbee's going to want to do. And if they can do that and take a straight up team fight, they can still win this game easily. Like, they've always got the Darkseer Sven combo.
Yeah,
if you get the 5-man
hits.
vacuum, then boom, everybody just dies, and Complexity wins the game, basically. So they've got to hold out for that. That's what's important here. Scan reveals a Jug Illusion. I guess they saw the Jug Illusion, so I guess they might not fall for that. But while Newbee pushes top tier 2, they're going to go get in position to take a fight bottom if their opponents give them that opportunity.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how heavy Complexity want to try and go in. Hang around with the creep wave. Doesn't look like they want to go fully in on this one. I think, yeah, indeed, as you see as well, I think that was Limp drawing the line around the jungle saying, look out, they could be cutting in from the side. But at the moment, Newbee, they are just back in base on the high ground and just holding their position. Karka's now got a Blink Dagger as well on his Kunkka, so we'll see some good positioning for these boats. And to be fair, the ghost ships, each and every time in the fights, have been pretty on point. He's always been hitting multi-man targets with the ghost ships.
Yeah, it's a great skill. Very low cooldown, pretty high nuke damage, not to mention the AoE, and stuns for 1.4. Really good skill. With the Aether Lens, you can torrent from stupidly far away also. That's also a very good skill. But I guess his effectiveness is going to be less and less as the game continues, with the exception of an 8-second X marks the spot. That's going to be really useful, but his other two abilities, Kunk is definitely going to feel like a weaker support as the game continues versus a hero like... With that said, though, Bounty is very underfarmed. He doesn't even have the items to feel like a strong hero, so I would say Kunk is better than him, but... Then there's Track.
Yeah, that is one thing that's coming to late game as well. That this Sven and the Invoker as well. You know, Chessie, he's certainly been keeping up the farm. He's got 4.4k on top of his Blink Ags, bots, Midas. So he is looking very, very good indeed. He's neck and neck still with Moose DK.
I think he goes Hex next. Maybe a Shiva's would be pretty good. I actually kind of like the idea of a Shiva's on him over Hex, just because they do have both Jug and DK doing physical damage, so reducing attack speed. Though they're going to find Handskin.
Yeah, they are. And Limp as well at the sidelines. Handskin getting jumped straight away.
Initiate. They might live because of this now. They messed up. Handskin can save him now. Or he'll just walk away. Oh my god, is he going to live? Okay, they X'd him. They messed it up pretty bad. Kako went on a different hero than Lion did, was the problem.
Yeah, so you can see the rest of them. They went for Limp on his Sven. But he simply just BKB'd off the X-Mark. They X-marked him and he walked it off and got himself out. At the same time, though, they do find the kill onto Z-Freak down there on the bottom. And,
how do you even do that? I'm not sure.
I mean, how? On the mid lane. That is actually how. And he's still got the Omni Slash available as well. I mean, the next person that comes through, and how at the moment just sticks around, Blade Furying, and punching on through onto the tower. He was actually jumping, looking for an Omni.
This could be big.
Yeah, if they can kill Hao here, if they've got the control. Well, they haven't, they'll just hold him back.
Doesn't do anything. They lower his HP at least. That part's pretty cool. And they just killed the healing ward, so 25 seconds cooldown on that. So he's actually going to be very low. But his Aegis...
Look at him, he's just jumping in. He does not care, as you said, just wanting to make as much work of this Aegis as possible.
Well, if they can...
And look, Moon's there as well. The push is so strong from Newbee. Complexity need to do something big to stop this. Tornado, EMP, still got the BKB here, Murphy wants to use it. Man's going to hold on. There we go, Limp. Now trying he's still got the gold string. Oh, he didn't get the chance to get the gold string. I guess Doom straight away hit the bow. Flying through, Limp's down. Hanskin, he's going to drop as well. There'll be a buyback from Limp, but there's no buyback available on the IO. He does still have the god strength, and here we go. We'll see if he can manage to find and jump in, but already, Newbee being careful, backing off. Getting themselves out of there. Limp jumps forward. And with the Stormhammer onto Move, but Move relatively tanky. Is he tanky enough? Yes, they'll take him down. This is big. A second one as well. Limp looking for the cleanup. He's going to go for the chase down. Can he get more out of this one? If they can find Hao.
What a blink.
TP's coming out, and indeed Newbee, they will get, well, not KP away. The slow there from the Echo Saber coming through is another kill for Limp. Did cost them the buyback, but now it's Complexity defending, and they only lose the range racks there in the mid lane.
Well, that wasn't too bad. They got a couple track kills too, especially for Sven there on the Doom during the chase. Bought back and he's still got 2,700 gold. That's really good. Like, he's got to be happy with that. Fight, oh man, the Dragonite stun into the Doom into everything else. They just didn't have the focus. I think maybe the only mistake that I maybe saw there was that Swindle needed to use the Guardian Greaves while he was tethered, because then it would have given Sven like a huge heal. Probably still would have died other ways, but they put the Lotus Orb on him too, but they didn't reflect anything. I didn't see an Omni Slash. If you can Lotus Orb a Doom target while the Omni Slash starts, it would be game saving, because then Sven would have been Omni Slashing, would have been cleaving while doomed. Yeah. So it would have prevented Doom damage while he was on. God, that would have been like the biggest montage ever. It would have been so cool. But we didn't see it. Didn't happen. I'm
convinced they want to try and fight here. They do have the God Strength back up. But what, 4 seconds. Newbee going to have the full roster back online, so Complexity sure to be a little bit be careful here at this point. Obviously now at a stage of the game where, buyback-wise, you have got that buyback on cooldown for Limp for 5 minutes. So if they lose him again, they could be in big trouble. So we should see Complexity being relatively safe with the positioning of Limp now.
Okay, sells Helm of the Dominator, picks up Demon Edge. Again, probably is a Daedalus. There's a small chance that he'll turn this into an MKB.
Could be, but Jug's got the butterfly, so...
Oh, that's a dead Wisp. Well, force him to defuse the blade at least. One less defuse blade charge for Jug. A small victory there. Scotty's now up on Jug, so he's very strong. At some point, I would maybe even sell Battle Fury and pick up a Manta, probably. Just his illusions are so strong right now.
Yeah, with the amount of stats that he's built up, yeah, it's true with the butterfly and Scotty.
Yeah.
Oh, Chuan caught out by Swindles and Chessie. I'll take that one. That's a free track kill. Down for a minute and, well, see what they're able to do with this little bit of an opening. They're still in that bit of a risky place here with this Sven. There's going to be another gen bought by the side of Newbee. Karka's now got that.
Dude, that bounty kill, or that line kill was a 1,600 gold point swing.
Good old bounty hunter.
That's huge. It is Hex picked up on Invoker, though.
And he's already got loads of money on top of it as well. I mean, Chessie's farm game's been on point. He's really racking up the gold.
I still really would like to see an AC, or a Shiva, sorry.
Yeah.
That attack speed reduction against Dragonite would help a lot. It basically offsets his AC. I guess he does have treads and SNY.
Oh, they've got the Shivas now on Swindles. He's finished it now on the Darkseer.
Yeah, somebody needed to have one. Yeah. Great on Darkseer especially because you can Shivas, do Blink Vacuum then, and then they're slowed next to their illusions a little bit faster. Good item pick up there. I guess the only hero we're really waiting on big items for is basically Bounty Hunter. Like, he did buy a Force Staff as his choice, and that's a good one because if somebody gets doomed, or for example, if somebody gets X-torrented, as soon as the torrent hits, you can possibly Force Staff them away from the boat damage, for example. That can make a difference in the fight. It's really the one item they're missing. Something like a Pipe would be really good too. Glimmer Cape is great for X-torrent combos. Just Glimmer's not as good as it used to. Maybe Io should have bought an early Glimmer, perhaps, but I guess there's always going to be... The damage is always going to... Or they're always going to have detection, is the thing.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, Newbee's been on top with with the gem on the Kunkka. It's going to get
they
harder and harder.
It's not like they're all magic damage either, so Doom is pure damage, Omni Slash is physical, Dragonite's largely physical, so maybe Glimmer isn't a good choice.
We'll see what Newbee find here. They're actually starting to come out a little bit aggressively here on this top lane. Swindles still hanging around. Just pop him one more Iron Shell out to push the lane back.
Did he get MKB? Okay, he did go MKB here.
Okay. To deal with the Jugs battle Butterfly.
It's probably fine. Daedalus procs could be game winning, but he's already still cleaving quite hard, and he's very highly leveled, so it'll be ultimately okay, I think. We just got to get the vacuum combo down. All comes down to BKBs and the torrent, basically, or the boat.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah, but pretty much, in the fights where we've seen the boat connect, we're very rarely seeing Complexity getting kills off the back of the fights. It's all about the initial jump. You say Newbee now. Ready to look to try and go up to the high ground here, looking for the tier 3 Chessie. Coming in, but move with the Dragon Form. You can hear the God Strength. We'll see what kind of opening it comes in. Looking to lock down onto Hell, the Hex as well, but he gets force staffed away here on the backlines. KP dooms up the Invoker Limp, being kited at the moment by Moo and the boys on Newbee. They'll get the relocate out to save Limp on his Sven.
This is really good for Complexity. They stopped everything. A lot of BKBs were used. They used a lot of their skills as well, but Doom is down. Means Chessie's they're gonna go back in.
Let's see if Limp. What's he going to find? Jumps in onto Kaka on the back lines. Oh, Kaka! Slides to the left, slides to the right, gets himself away. Now How coming back in. Has an Omni Slash, but with the Lotus Orb out to Limp. You're not going to want to jump yet. How holding off. And Limp coming in, coming out. Now he gets relocated back down to the side now.
Oh, get back in.
Oh, the Stormhammer as well. Only going to connect onto Moo. The blade free from Hal. Going to allow him to get himself out. Moo. Can he toggle his way for this one? No, he can't. They'll find the kill onto the Dragonite. And now drawn.
Oh, it doesn't stun anymore.
Not anymore.
Oh, man. I was like, they got him. Another track kill. Dude, they're defending so well right now.
Complexity are playing some really top stuff here. They've only lost, one range racks in 46 minutes. They're still looking in a relatively good position, and as we talked about, these fights where they're getting these track kills, the net worth is going to look better and better. And we can see at the moment it's only hovering around a 5k lead, and it's kind of it's staled around that. It's stagnated. It's not going any higher for Newbee. Another fight like that from Complexity, and they can swing themselves back around into the driver's seat.
It's pretty amazing that they're making this team fight work. It all comes down to basically Darkseer Sven, who's really hard to kill due to Wisp, and Invoker. They've got 3 really good teamfight heroes, and as long as they slightly limit what Newbee does in their initiations, and the fights are going so well. I don't know if they'll put Aegis on Sven. I think they put it on Chessie most likely.
Oh, yeah, he drops drums.
He drops drums.
Just very good on him, so.
The Wisp is doing a great job keeping him alive, basically.
That torrent there.
She's down clearly for IO because he can use that to heal the Sven another time. So Sven dying now is very unlikely. The AC has made a huge difference in
really
survivability.
Has. Limp was just running around that fight, and you know how just started to tickle him, but even with the butterfly and the Skadi, it just wasn't enough to punch through this Sven when the war cry was out.
Yeah, well, this is more of a hybrid survivability item for Jug, playing not all in on damage. If he swaps out Diffusal Blade, it'll be good, and that's definitely the next item to drop here.
And Chessie's he's got Axe Octarine done, ready for the next fight.
Okay, and this guy's really good at Invoker, so this is going to be impressive. And he's level 21, so basically any skill he wants to use now. Tornado, EMP, Ice Wall, Ghost Walks, everything. It's going to be pretty ridiculous in a second, including the Deafening Blast. So now things are getting bad. When you pick really tanky lineups, the problem is that they don't scale as well in the ultra late game. They're better like early to mid usually, because now at these stages of the game, somebody that actually is a full carry like Sven is just going to do more damage than them. With all these tanky item builds, these things fall off late game. And it's the same with Dragon Knight. He went this SNY build with BKB, Armlet, with an AC as well. Like, these are a lot of items that you kind of have to buy DK.
And look at this, KP. I mean, he's spotted out by this ward here. He's going to get hexed up and tracked up. This is another track kill for the side of Complexity. Limp will take the touch. And just a bit of a greedy positioning there from KP as the ward have full vision of this dude.
Hard to know where they are, so trying to get something done, I guess. Maybe he's looking for the right creep or something. I guess he does have the Doom Purge. It's pretty good against Bounty. But he's had a really weak impact this game, basically. He's had all team fight items, essentially. They needed to win that high ground push, basically. Now things are looking really tough.
Here we go. Complexity now it's going hard in the mid lane. Forcing Limp in, and that will allow Tron to get the Hex and move. Goes to work. The backup for Limp there is there.
He messed up the tether. He's going to die.
Oh, he's got the BKB out just in time. They have lost the bounty onto Swindles. Slowed down here. Kaka actually Xing himself there. He's going to try to get the Torrent out onto Limp, and he will manage to bring him back, but Hanscam with the relocate out. Get him back to base. Swindle still hiding in the tree line here. They may try and go back. Are they going to bring Limp into this? He's got God Strength. He's got God Strength. Got the God Strength here, trying to tie the Torrent. There's the Pokemon to 3 Limp. Coming in, Stormhammer onto Kaka. 1, 2, give it a third. Can't quite get it. The 4 staff away is going to save Kaka. Try and gets the lockdown on Taskin in the back. How coming through with the Omni slash Chessie doomed up as well. Still fighting against Tron. He'll get that kill. Limp, he's going to go down as well. And How at this point just doing too much with the help and move. They'll jump forward. They'll take the Aegis off of the hands of Chessie. Hanskin getting taken off in the back lines. And they're going to find this man again as well. Chessie, the last one to fall down. And just like that, Newbee just coming into their element. And the combo just wasn't there. The 4 stars from Newbee are just making life so hard for Limp to get the damage now.
It was amazing 4-staff plays from Newbee, but I think the person that really messed up that fight on Complexity was Hanskin on the Wisp. He first of all, he messed up a tether on the Sven when they first went in. It was a 4-staff from Lion to push the Sven forward. They initiated him out of position. He tethered to him, but the tether was broken somehow. I'm not really sure how. Maybe he ran too far away or something. Maybe it was the X marks the spot. I don't know what it was, but they lost the tether. So then the Sven almost died at the start, which made the initiation scary. And then at the next fight, he was tethered to the Invoker to keep Invoker alive. But Invoker had Aegis. It didn't matter. The more important thing was keeping Sven alive. So he wasn't able to keep Sven alive, and when Sven's done, the whole fight's over. He just needs they need that damage output. Without it, they're going to lose the fight. So I think Hanskin just slightly target prioritized a little bit wrong there and made some small mistakes, and it led to Sven dying, and that forces a buyback in a bad team fight.
So 20 seconds without Chessie for this defense, and he's not messing about. Straight in onto the melee racks in the mid lane. Let's see what Complexity can do in response. Newbee coming in very, very heavy. Find themselves one set of racks. We'll see if they want to stick around for another. How already got his eyes on the top. They're going to continue to push here. Let's see how much they can get out of this before Complexity start to kick back out. That's second racks, but Swindles now coming in with the Shivas, trying to scare How away. And looks like that'll be enough. So Newbee back off, but do a serious amount of damage now to the base of Complexity.
Not a terrible loss, considering that fight was pretty one-sided. 5 heroes for 1. So I think Complexity's happy. Just 1 melee racks and then a tower top. They're behind, but the game is still not over yet. It's not lost yet. Can still scale better. Chessie's waiting on another big item, and obviously Z-Freak still only has two items picked up, so they can still win this game. They just need to get a good team fight.
Yeah, with the smoke complexity.
They just scanned up by their creep wave top in anticipation of Newbee being there to catch whatever hero pushes the lane out. Newbee has their scan ready to go. They're going to put a ward down. Neither will realize that their opposite is there. They spot him now. Now they know complexity is here. They're going to smoke and go fight. They leave the gem in base as well. They have vision of him. This is really bad. If you can get a stun off.
There we go. Moo jumps in, looks to lock down onto Lim. Tron looking for the follow through as well. KP coming in. BKB is up. Gets the Doom drop down.
Oh, the stun on Hanskin.
Getting chopped down. Hanskin being Abyssal. They'll find one. They'll find two. And this could be closing this one here for the side of Newbee because there's no buyback on Sven. No buyback on Invoker. This is looking to all fall apart for Complexity, who've had a pretty strong showing here in Game 2. You know, considering the fact they're up against this team that's on a 23-game win streak, Newbee, and it looks like it may continue because off the back of a loss that bad, this could be game-ending.
Yeah, absolutely. The mistake there was that Hanskin wasn't able to relocate the Sven to a safer position because if you stun while he's casting relocate, it stops it. So he got caught from the both stun is what happened. He needed to stand farther away when the initiation happened, or he needed to cast tether as soon as relocate was about to initiate. And he got stunned with it, which meant Sven dies, which means the fight's over. So a couple core mistakes there on a couple heroes, and Complexity loses the game. They're going to get at least 2 racks here. Possibly a whole game, most likely a whole game.
Yeah, this is looking pretty painful for the boys.
They got to buy time with vacuum wall.
That's a nice vacuum wall. And Swindles will waltz himself off. I mean, maybe they could try and create the space here for a chance of another fight, Newbee. Well, they are going to go for the Megas. So there is going to be time at least for Chessie to be back in the game, but still 30 seconds without Limp. I don't know, man. This is, yeah. Ooh, can he get Z-Freak? Z-Freak? Nah, these Lotus Orbs. I mean, there's so many just popping out all the time for Complexity. It looks like they will be back to have one final defense, but it's going to have to be some incredible defense.
But Shiva's slowing things down a little bit. They're buying some time. 10 seconds left.
Yeah.
They can delay this. Sven's good against the... Okay. Good vacuum wall attempt. No wall caught, though.
Can they stop this? No.
No.
No, they can't. So, I mean, Complexity, they're still in the game, but they are now dealing with Mega Creep. So, difficulty has certainly been turned up a few notches.
Well, they've got pretty good... Oh, they're relocating.
Oh, they actually going to catch out Kark on the back lines. He has this Ghost Scepter, but now with the Hex to follow through. Trying to work with the cleave damage here, and a couple more chops, they'll get it. So they will find themselves a kill with the relocate. Tron coming in onto Chessie. Moo jumping forward as well with a finger. But Limp's there! Oh! Chop down Tron. Can he take down Moo as well? Moo's got a hell of a lot of armor. Trying to finish off Chessie. Could he get himself out? No, Chessie's gone. Chessie does have buyback available. KP's there, though, with the Doom. Drop down onto Limp. Limp now out. How long is his buyback on cooldown for? Still 2.5 minutes, yeah. So now the base in trouble, and no Sven for 90 seconds. Chessie's got to work his magic here. We'll jump in, get the Hex off onto Moo. There's an Omni Slash bouncing around onto Swindles. Swindles pops the Shivas, backs himself out to the sidelines. Chessie, nice ice wall onto 3 here, but Hanskin is actually going to live through this one. Chessie isn't going to be as lucky. The Invoker's down. Z-Freak getting purged up. X-Bat down on the Bounty Hunter as well, and GG, well played, is called. But you certainly can't say the Complexity. They tried their hardest there, but still, it's just not enough to stop these Titans here. Newbee moving forward with another victory under their belt.
Yeah, the Complexity played very well that game. I think they made it a lot closer than I expected it to be. They had some solid team fight in the late game, but Newbee was just more disciplined, clearly. Better initiations, better safety as a whole. They just didn't... They made very few mistakes. I saw very, very few mistakes coming out of Newbee.